officer. We're doing the phone stuff right now.
That's clear. Felony stop. Units at the shell checking.
That was a perfect setup. And that's how many people feel when they see police lights. They are genuinely terrified to their core. Rosenberg, Texas police routinely point guns at people for insignificant things. Here, they did a felony stop on a female driver who went 15 miles per hour over the limit. On today's report, you'll find out just how quickly you can become a criminal in the land of the free, even when you are trying to do the right thing.
I was trying to get to a place like this. I could have stopped on the side of the road. That's why I put my hazards on. I just didn't want to be on the side of the road and no one. It's not your decision on where you're going to stop at my decision. I put my lights on right at the Ford dealership, right? Well, there's plenty of lights at the Ford dealership. Just listen to me. Hold on, just listen to me, right? There's a perfect intersection. Balance Drive. There's a perfect other intersection. All right here. It's all lit up. Why did you stop? I understand that you want to come over here where a well-lit place is at, but there's also plenty of well-lit places over there, right? Absolutely. You're right. I'm not going to argue with you. You're right. I just wanted to come to a place like this where I could be seen or something like that by others. I just didn't want to stop. Like, I wasn't trying to run. I promise. That's why I put my hazards on and slowed down. Like I said, I mean, you really didn't really slow down. You kind of said the same speed. I was at 70 something whenever I was at 71 whenever I was at the thing and you come behind me. I got down to 53. Right, and you stayed at 53. I stayed at 53 all the way down. Right. But I had my hazards on to let you know I was coming to a place like this. I wasn't trying anything, I promise. That doesn't mean you're going to stop putting your nose on everything. I mean, when I've gotten stopped before, I've never had this one. And I pulled to a place like this, and it was never anything.
The Sandra Bland Act was passed to standardize the training received by Texas drivers and police. The official training videos demonstrate drivers stopping in large parking lots in each scenario.
So, you're getting pulled over.
Put on your signal and look for a safe place to pull off the road. If you can get into a parking lot, great.
And from the official training guide, state law requires a driver to immediately stop when approached by an authorized emergency vehicle, and you may be arrested if you do not stop immediately. If you feel the area is unsafe to stop immediately, you can take the following steps to minimize the risk of being arrested or charges being filed against you. Turn on your hazard lights and drive slowly and carefully below the posted speed limit. You may drive to a nearby, well-lighted, populated place to stop. However, the state of Texas has no authority to make police officers follow this training, or any law for that matter. Drivers who follow the training procedures are set up for failure by politicians who refuse to address the root of the problem.
I pulled to a place like this, and it was never anything. I didn't know. I believe me, I did not have no idea that I could come to a place like this. All I was trying to do was get where it was people that could possibly see me. Why did you want people to see you? Because I mean, it's so much going on. Come on. And I'm alone. I just didn't, I promise I didn't do nothing wrong.
Informed citizens are rightfully concerned about the police, but in this instance, it's not just a generalization. There is good reason to be wary of the arresting officer. 2 weeks earlier, he brutalized a man for walking down the street at night, inflicting nasty cuts, bruises, and abrasions. Rosenberg police refused to release the video of that incident. Additionally, a few weeks ago, the officer received a 2-day disciplinary suspension for an unknown incident. There appears to be a contempt of cop aspect to this arrest. The officer balked when the driver explained her desire to be in a safe public place. He made it clear that it is his decision alone where people stop. In the United States, where the Constitution has been nullified, the police have unilateral and complete authority over safety. It doesn't matter how young or inexperienced an officer is, in this case only a year out of field training. Without hesitating, prosecutors, judges, and local officials will destroy a lowly citizen in order to demonstrate their unconditional support of the police. The state government erroneously taught people that they have a reasonable expectation of being treated fairly and with courtesy by the police. Mary is fortunate to have survived the felony stop for speeding.
I'm coming from Borden. Yes. No, I live right here. Yes. The address you're going to see. Oh my God, I don't like that.
That's not us. That's not us. I'm trying to help you out. So I'm trying to pull yourself down.
Female has a valid outcome. One in case number 51507, 51507.
I literally, before I got stopped, I'm like, okay, I'm right here. Let me turn right. Let's see my ride. And that's literally what I was about to do because I Ubered someone down there.
Children in custody, looting.
Stopping at this gas station was reasonable. It is a common traffic stop location in Rosenberg. It is the first public place with witnesses at night. Unfortunately, I stayed on the phone while this was happening because I thought it was a non-event. And I wasn't the only one. A Rosenberg officer near me initially responded emergency traffic. After he heard that the driver stopped at the gas station, he canceled his emergency response.
506 traffic.
Hold on, we got a traffic stop. I gotta listen to this. Quiet.
It's gonna be in front of the Ford dealership. San Mary Paul. It's gonna be a blue Chrysler.
Too much of a pain to get into.
So on my page, I leave every video up unless it's something bad that gets demonetized. Even my stupid videos make $4 or $5, which adds up over time.
Yeah, but like this night shift, I think they're not gonna give me any content. Like it would have to be dramatic people. Does that make sense?
We're still gonna be rolling. We're gonna be headed northbound, just passing the Kia dealership.
Okay.
Reason for the stop is gonna be speeding.
Hold on.
That's clear. I know I'm going to be on for 506 for vehicles still rolling. Clear.
I guess I gotta go to this fucking call. Do you hear the radio?
All right.
Can you? No, the vehicle's still rolling.
Oh yeah. But don't use up. They're usually.
Huh?
506, head northbound, speed approximately 52 miles an hour. Just approaching the Shell station off of 2318.
Beat me up, man. Surfside for
Red
an
light
hour.
speed.
However long that damn stream was.
We're going down to about 46 miles an hour.
Did you?
Clear 46 miles an hour.
Fucking,
Still rolling.
this cop came out of nowhere, out of the bushes by where I was, going lights and sirens.
We're pulling into the Shell station off of 2218 and 59.
Clear. Pulling into the Shell
Slow
station.
your fucking traffic, lady. They're just trying to find a place to pull over. Okay, she did. She turned her lights off.
506, we're doing a phone stuff right now.
Oh man, I
That's
think
clear. Felony stop.
he's doing a fucking felony stop on him.
Oh shit. Go.
When the felony stop was announced, the officer resumed the emergency response. However, he left the gas station instead of participating in the felony stop procedure that was in progress. Holy shit.
And is it the shell tugging?
Check clear. Wanted tank. Clear shell.
The driver stopped within a mile and did not pass any controlled intersections. This occurred on a newly constructed highway that is generally incredibly well lit with massive lighting fixtures. However, in the precise location where the officer initiated the stop, the highway lights are malfunctioning. That stretch of road is pitch black and feels desolate compared to the surrounding area. When traveling down the frontage road, the gas station is an obvious oasis of safety. The officers mentioned other driveways and roads, but those are gated, deserted, or hard to see due to poor lighting. District Attorney Brian Middleton filed charges against Mary a few weeks ago. Middleton's intake division can implement accountability. Instead, they intentionally protect the police by independently endorsing the arrest. Middleton claims to protect your civil rights, but in practice, his civil rights division has never prosecuted a police officer in a trial, and he thinks police misconduct does not occur here.
Have you launched any investigations into helping clean up the police departments?
Absolutely. I will say that in fairness to the agencies in my community, we have not had the history that you've seen in other areas like Houston. We also have smaller police departments. And so, you know, when you got an agency with 60 police officers in it serving a community, there's less room for error. There's less opportunity for cover up. I just think that I'm just a little bit more fortunate to be in a community where we don't have as much of it.
Mary drove below the speed limit with her hazard lights activated until she found a safe location to stop. It's something she said she's done before without issue. However, Rosenberg is an overly aggressive police agency where the Constitution does not apply and violence is encouraged. Police supervisors place cash bets on which officers will use force against minority residents. Order instability cannot exist when vague laws are enforced with uncertain variation. It is impossible for citizens to know the different expectations of hundreds of duplicative police agencies. Rather than provide checks and balances, redundant agencies create more opportunities for abuse. The conflicting standards, inconsistent training, and variations in agency culture cause too much confusion. The only realistic way to solve this societal problem is to implement a single police agency at the state level, eliminating local departments. I originally streamed this incident live to Fort Bend County Scanner. Dana from Sugarland said, "That tall cop seems like a young punk. He wants to arrest people just to arrest people and assert his dominance." Kim said, "If she turned on flashing lights and slowed speed to pull into a lit-up parking lot, I don't understand the arrest." Follow my two Facebook pages, Justin Pulliam and Fort Bend County Scanner, to watch me live.
She passed the highway driveway? Really? All the way from the Ford dealership? Yeah. All right, ma'am. So today you're going to be going to jail today for looting.
What are you thinking?
Do you think we normally would stop for a police officer?
I never knew that I couldn't do that. I've had other police stops at night, and I've come to a location like this. No one has ever said that.
Okay. Do you
and
want
I
your
always
first
thought it
longest
was
to go with
legal.
your price weight?
No. And I call my husband so my husband can come get the car.
I can't call them. And it's part of the
How
time
would
team,
I
so
be going
I can't
jail? This is crazy. I was just Ubering somebody. Like, oh my God. And then it's always seen on TV and other places, we can come to locations like this so we can, be seen.
There's a lot of, so the officer trying to explain to me that there's a lot of driveways, and they're very little. There's probably at least 4 or 5 driveways. There's 3 public roadways that are turned on. So, I mean, yes, at a standard, especially at a high rate of speed, like you want to pull over and say, hey, can I stop somewhere?
I didn't know that I
not
that you guys
The Rosenberg officers refused to allow a licensed driver to take the car. Instead, they imposed extrajudicial punishment by towing it. Even if she eventually beats the charge, she still had to pay hundreds of dollars to get the car out. The police didn't have to do that. In fact, on a traffic stop earlier that night, they left the arrested man's car at a gas station. Why did the police do this to Mary? She seems like a hardworking, good person who was just trying to do the right thing. How does this make us safer? Check out my Rosenberg playlist to see more outrageous police videos, like the time they did a felony stop on a baby.